That's better. Morning, guys. This is going to be a quick feed. I don't know if you guys were able to see it yet or not. Hang on just a second. Let me take care of this. Very, very greasy. Morning. I've actually been up for a while. I woke up really early this morning and then couldn't sleep and got back. I went back to bed. I got up. I was out in the yard just taking care of him. Hey, what's up, Jeremy? Jeremy, I'm going to try today probably to shoot the videos that I need to do. I have Aaron Rowe's best tech swordfish and your knife that the Benchmade that I want to do the video about, some other things. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something. So I don't know if everybody was able to see it. So we'll do this right now because the auction on this is still running for another till 6:00 p.m. I think I set it at 6 p.m. here. I gotta get something out of the car. Hang on a second, fellas. I made a knife yesterday. I don't know if y'all got to see it. It's morning. Yeah, the Viper. So I'm gonna show you guys, everybody that's here. You guys want to see what it looks like to be me? Because I have so much stuff. Because I spend so much time in and out of my car. This is what it looks like. That box is full of knife making stuff. That box is full of knife making stuff. This is a blade the guy wants me to heat treat. I got jackets and umbrellas and stuff. And then I have to clean this out. I have a bowling ball and bowling bag there and a knee brace. just in case. And roadside stuff. I have taps. Tap handles from the brewery across the parking lot that closed that I'm going to do stuff with. And safety goggles. And a posse box, some mass drop bags. It's a mess. It's a mess. I'm a hot mess. And here's the thing. If I drive Lyft this week, which I'm thinking I'm gonna have to, it's got to get cleaned up. You have the same car? Do you have the diesel? Because I have the diesel version. I love it. I would never. Some people are like, you should get rid of, you should get rid of that diesel and get a different car because of all the issues. Man, I love that car. All right, but back to the task at hand. Let's get this turned around. I'm going to open this pack up because it's going today for a sheath. And so that means this is the only time you guys will be able to see it live. Yeah, Volkswagen Golf diesel. So let's see here. Let's pull this up. No, it doesn't. Here's the thing. I wish I had known that you were going to be in Columbus. I got a buddy that lives right outside of Columbus. He'd have taken you to the VFW, got you drunk. If you had called me or something and told me you were in Ohio, I'd have gotten you in touch with Jason. Jason and I were on our first ship together. I talk to him pretty regularly. He owns a lawn care business in Ohio. They're outside of Columbus. All right, guys. I'm trying not to fuck this up. I want to keep this paper so I can ship it off. I did a one-off, and I started an auction for it at 150, and no one has bid on it yet. And it's going to end tonight. If it doesn't go tonight, then I'm going to Uh, Here, hang on. I know what's better. I know what's better when you do this. So I made the lines. I tried to keep the lines, but if you look, there's a point, right? Focus, damn it. It's not one to focus. You can see how the lines kind of follow the angle of the blade where it splits, but not real. They kind of just change direction once you hit this point right here. And I did it on both sides. I've done another one like this, but this one I think came out even better. So, yeah. Like I said, guys, right now it's up for auction at 150. If no one does it, what I'm going to do is, because the minimum I want out of this one's 150, because that's, I'm not going to lie, that's my caveman finish. It looks like flint. I'm calling that my flint. It looks like it's been napped. So this was to get it the way I wanted it. It took a bit of work, and then there's some specific issues when I had to sharpen it. Yeah, yours was blue. Yours was blue. I didn't think I liked it, but I just didn't think it came out the way I wanted it to. You know what I mean, Philip? I mean, yours was gorgeous, but that is. I'm really happy with how it came out. It looks kind of prehistoric. Looks like something that Caveman Biff would be carrying. I'm just not a fan of the blue. But so what I did is I did it all black, and then blast and tumble. So I'm doing all right, Marla. So it just catches the light. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. I'm just I geeked out about how much I liked the way that came out. I may. I don't know. Mine. Can you guys see? You guys can see some of the differences between the Gen ones and the Gen twos. This is a little bit different. There's a bit of a steeper drop. The blade itself is actually a bit. They're a little bit different. The angle to them is a little different. So I took most of the measurements off of my prototype, but there's just a little bit of tweaking and stuff that I did to it. You about to change the color of your wedding band? It's been. No, I like the green. It matches my titanium necklace that I did green. These, I changed the shape a little bit when we set them up for water jet. I based it off of this one. See, this one comes out a little bit sharper angle, and see how this one kind of just drops a little bit. It gave it a little bit more meat to the tip because the tip on this one I've broken it off a couple times. So when I did, and my this actually is the Type 2 prototype for these. This was a lot thicker, and then these are a bit thinner. And then my daughter's is the original, and it had a really sharp tip. So this was the second prototype I did. My daughter's was the first. This one is significantly thicker. You can see it. It's visually, it's a good bit thicker, and it made it a bitch to do it. So when I got them cut, I got them a little thinner, which allows that edge. That gives you a better. That same angle will give you a narrower edge, but it's thinner, and they get sharp. So, but I mean, it's just time consuming. I worked on this. This took me, oh, I started it last weekend, and I wasn't happy with how some of it came out, and so I did. I basically redid some of the one side. One side just did not look the way I wanted it. Yeah, 20 CV. Knives before wives. Well, it would be silly of me to screw up and send a dull knife out. Oh, guys, I'll show you what I'm going to do next. So I have a couple knives to sharpen. I have some stuff to do. What's a basic one look like? Basically like this. I can do one color ceramic or blast and tumble. This was mine. I wanted red on the spines. So basic is just one color with, it still has this. So I am going to do a video about this today so I can get it back out. I have played with this a good bit. This is the Best Tech Swordfish. Now, it's not my knife, so I didn't do a lot of heavy duty tasks or anything with it. I really do like this. It's a little long. It's a little bit, I don't know. It just feels larger than, I mean, this is my Master Blaster, and this is bigger than that, but it is comfortable. Yes, Marla, knives, the basics start at 110. Something like this is at least 150 because like I said, this was done as a special. And then I have a knife, so I'll let you guys know now because it's going out this week's. Well, no, I'll keep that one. I'll keep that one a bit of a. And then they have a sheath that looks somewhat like this. You can see, here's the big difference that you can see. Here is the sheath for my Gen 1 prototype. And this was the prototype sheath as well. I had a guy that did these for me. Now I sent them off to Matt. They're even better. My buddy that did this for me did a great job. Matt basically, I sent him one of these because I told him I wanted him to stay kind of the same. But the Gen 2s, they don't even fit. Don't even fit. So this does not have a sheath yet. It's going today. Dwayne's. So the knives that were going to get shipped yesterday are getting shipped today because I realized that I still had Dwayne's Smotherman. Dwayne here, always on here. I still had Dwayne's Hornet that I had to take the scales off of. I took the handles back off of it and put my maker's mark underneath the handles. So I decided that since now I'm using removable hardware, the handles come off. Maker's marks, I used to put them on the flat behind the grind, just around the finger choil area, on the flat area. And the problem was I've seen so many people say that they don't like these marks and things like that on their blades. What's up, Brad? So what I decided to do was, now that I could take the handles off, I put my maker's mark, which I screwed the first one up. So Dwayne's actually has maker's mark on both sides. And so I did my maker's mark, the month that I finished it, and the year. So every one of them is going to be done like that up in her hand. I don't put maker's marks on these. So yeah, I'm looking forward to you getting it too, because here's the thing. I did yours. Yours is rustic. Yours is something you can take out, put it on your belt. It sits horizontal instead of vertically. It's not going to dig into your side. And you can pull it out. And you've got a fucking ready to use good fucking knife. I don't, my maker's mark is just, it's too much for this. I would have to come up with something different for these. But here's the thing. I'm the only person really making these. I might get a stamp and stamp the steel while it's still soft before it fucking gets hardened. But there's not a lot of real estate on here. I do have my Japanese stamp somewhere that has my name on it in Japanese. Here's the thing, making a folder, there's so much more that goes into a folder. And the thing is, I can't sell my knives at $400 now very often, or these at the price that they should be going at. I'm actually not selling these at the price I should be, because I'm able to do that on weekends and stuff. Because the thing is, no one would pay the amount it would actually be worth to make a folder. There are so much things. You have to have all the hardware. And just to give you an idea, I bought a bag of, wait, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So just so you know, there's the price of things that you need for doing this and doing folders is insane. Just these pivots, just the barrels that I would use as a pivot. What did Dwayne say? So I can stab people who cut in front of me. So maybe I shouldn't send that to you. This bag right here, just of these barrels, cost me $100. And these are what I would have to have for every knife for the pivot, plus the screws. The screws are about $3 each. To get the stuff that I need, I would have to fucking sell a knife for $1,000 to make up for my work that would go into it. It's this is $100. This is $100 fucking bag. Each one of these, I think, are $2.80, I think, for these. This isn't, I didn't even get 50. But this is what I use. Each one of these is what I use to put, I'll get Dwayne's knife and I'll show you. Dwayne's knife's on the counter, just getting cleaned up, ready to ship. So each one of these screws is like $3. These titanium screws. And then the piece that you just saw is what I use. No, that bag of pieces you just saw. These are what I use to screw in the parts. So this thing is. And the thing, Dwayne, is if you don't like the finish, you can always send it back to me. I'll redo the finish. Redoing the finish is not that big a deal. I just would have to charge you for sharpening. That's the only thing I would charge you for. So it is comfortable. And I went with blasting. Now I have, this one is smaller, and then I had made a really thick set of handles for a guy. Well, I mean, just in case, because, you know, it's rustic. There's inconsistencies in the finish, which I like. I am doing finishes on these along the lines of what I would want, unless somebody tells me something specific. Now, the only thing I want to do, I would love to take the polish off of the spine, but I wanted something. I wanted it to stay. I want to have a little bit of bling on it. So there's these screws, and then in this bag, just in case Dwayne wants to do it, there's a set of blue screws. And I'm willing to do that for people. If you file work on the spine on 20 CV that's hardened, you are insane. You're insane. That is the worst possible idea. So I have a set of fit-up screws, the FU screws, that I use for doing all of it, and then I do the final hardware with these titanium screws into those titanium barrels. And then if you look, one of these screws is a little proud, and I had not figured out why. That's what I'm saying. Even pre-hardened 20 CV is not the best kind of steel you really want to have to try and do file work on. And plus, I'd have to take time to teach myself file work. If I had a blank, and then I screw the blank up. I'm getting ready to heat treat 4 of these. I'm going to reach out to some people. I want to try and do, if I have downtime, I want to try and do a couple extra at a time. So, and that's what I want to see. I want to see these things get used. So, for the scales, I have really thick. I'll go get it. Hang on. So I have some really thick pieces of. So I have some thinner pieces. This is significantly thinner. And this is really thick. And the thing is, it depends on, like if somebody tells me they want big grips, like Sean Schmidt's knife is done. It's off to Florida. I think Matt told me yesterday he'd already picked it up. His scales are made out of this G10, and I took it down to 0.3 0.30, 0.29, somewhere in there. This is, I think, 0.32. And so what I do is basically put a new blade. No, I can't do that. Basically, his is a different material than this. This was thinner. I made Dwayne's out of this material, and I made this one, Sean's out of this. The difference is they look way different when you blast it. See how Dwayne's is still kind of soft, and then it's once I blasted it, it got a little bit of a grippiness to it. The one I made for Sean is really, really thick, but they came out gorgeous. They almost come out gray, and you can see the checker pattern. So each set of handles has been different so far. Do I do any impressions? I might be able to do my friend George Anthony, but I don't think so because his voice is way deeper than mine. I can make my voice deep, but Jesus Christ, that dude sounds like he's fucking 10 feet tall. So my name's George Anthony. I'm from Trinidad. I talk like this with an accent, and I will take you to my gym, and I will show you things that you can do. That's George Anthony. He's from Trinidad. The guy is awesome. He sounds like he's from Trinidad. I bet he just gets that dude's voice and that accent. Guaranteed it. A gym downtown, that dude gets pussy thrown at him. Fucking left and right. Just pussy just thrown at him, just flying at him. Has to. He has to. A friend that I used to hang out with when I was stationed overseas, he was like that. He spoke English with a British accent because he was from he was like from Zaire, so he learned how to speak English from British people. And you'd go out with this guy, and chicks, we used to say it was called overspray pussy. He he would get chicks so wound up that they would go home with you just because you were with him. And he talked like that, had the deep voice with the accent. And you're like, oh my God, fucking chicks just would, ah. And you're like, I love hanging out with this dude. No, they were not. Vinny, I don't have to talk to everybody when they go in. Hi, Vinny. How are you? Good. Thanks for asking. Yeah. Hey, Vinny, guess what? You're a fucking prick. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I had a friend for that one, Dwayne. Bye, Marla. I had a friend for that one too, Dwayne. His name was Aaron. You'd go out with him. Hot chick with a fat friend. You'd be like, hey. He's like, oh man, thanks, bro. It's true. So yeah, there's that fucking Viper that I did, and there's now we know the reason why I'm not making a folding knife yet. And these are going to be pendants, but I didn't even see you log in, Vinny. I don't look at the comments all the time. So these are going to be pendants. One is for my sister-in-law, and the other two are going to be for other people. So my battery is almost dead. No one cares about your feelings, Vinny. Oh, this is for sale. I am done with this. I did a video about it. I think it got taken down. I think I took it down. This is a this is a Benchmade Benchmite. They only made these for a little bit. I re-anodized it. The last time I saw these going for sale, they were like $200. I'm gonna sell this for $100. The Benchmite, yeah. And so it's a McHenry design. I re-anodized it, and I could anodize it whatever. Yeah, but they're rare. They only made them for a little bit, and so people are paying. It's a lot like that that gentleman style Benchmade that I sold, and it went to the guy in Europe. They are rare, and they only made them for a little while, and so this one is 154 cm. You're getting one of these from JT? These are a nice little knife. They have a cool little locking design. It's called an elevator. Um, is it the stainless version? No, it's titanium. Oh, yours is the stainless version. I'm sorry. So it has what they call the elevator, which you can see that pin right there. When you push here, boop, it lifts the pin. You can close it. But I like the idea that it locks shut. You have to push the button to unlock it so it won't come open at all in your pocket. So yeah, I re-anodized it once. I can re-anodize this a different color if somebody wants it. It is a pain in the butt to put. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a pain in the ass to get apart and back together correctly. So if somebody wants it anodized, I would recommend, since I've done it before, if you want this, just let me do it. Let me do it. It's a small knife, really wouldn't cost that much, but I would rather do that than have you, because they don't make these anymore. So they are a pain to get apart and back together. But it is a cool little knife. My wife at one point had said she wanted it, and then she doesn't want it now. So because she realized it was kind of a pain, so I got her something else. It kind of does have a CRKT, and I'm not gonna lie, this was a very well done Benchmade. I've not even resharpened it. It's fairly sharp, but so what else we got in here? What else we got in my little knife maker's box? We've got mosaic pins. Here's another thing for you. Talking about stuff being expensive, mosaic pins. This piece of it sands about that much that I used. Heck, $30 for one pin. I can use that on multiple knives though. There's the original template for the Hornets that I don't need anymore. You can throw that away. That's the original Hornet template. Bunch of makers notebook. There's my notebook. And this is going to be something else. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with this piece of Damascus. I'm doing the Benchmade for like one. If you want it redone in a different color, I'll add a little bit to it because it's a small piece, so I wouldn't want to throw too much extra on it. But 100, I'm doing this at 100, and I've got. I could probably, if you wanted the blade to be black, I could do ceramic on the blade. That wouldn't be a problem. Ceramic and ano. The rest of this is all steel. Ain't making what's Ray? What are we not making easy? I'm sorry. PM2 ZT. Which one would you get? I don't like the ZTs too much anymore. The last few I've seen, they're just still too bulky and heavy. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with a Spyderco. I'm telling you right now, you can't go wrong with a Spyderco. So, Para 2 is got my. Like, I would definitely take any Spyderco over a. Do I have the? Yes, I do. Hang on, I will get it out for you before my battery dies. Battery's about to die. I'm trying to rush this. My battery's about to die. So, it still needs cleaned up, but basically you have your purple, green, purple. This was a bitch, and there's parts of it that you're going to see that you're going to still have green. Purple. This is still green. That's purple. Black blade. Still needs sharpened. So, and purple on all the flats that I could get. And then I did orange peel. And so there's a little bit of purple in the orange peel. Black blade. I was going to ask, do you want me to tumble this to give it a stonewash look? Or do you just want to keep it like this? So just let me know. I can take it apart. It's not that hard to take it apart and just throw the blade in a tumbler. What does it cost to do that to a Falcon? About $100. It would cost you about $100 for me to do that. It took a while. It was processing. All that stuff was getting processed, and so you guys want to do ano. The biggest part of it is the prep. It's the prep for the ano. the refinishing the handles, getting the proper finish, getting the proper stone wash on it, and things like that. After that, if I do something on, like, say, a pocket clip or something like that, and it's not exactly the way you want it, it's just a matter of dumping it back in the edge. It's not really that much work. So once I get everything prepped and start the ano, if it doesn't quite come out the way you want, there's always little tweaks I can do that aren't that hard. So I don't usually add additional costs. If, say, the pocket clip didn't come exactly out the way you wanted it, it it's just, I just put it on a clip and put it down in the multi-etch, peel off the old ano, and put another color on. So it's really not that hard to tweak it. It's the prep work up to that point, that getting the knife apart, getting it blasted, getting it tumbled properly, getting it etched the initial time, and then starting the color. That's all the hard work. The actual, you guys have seen it, the anodizing takes seconds. It literally takes seconds to get a color on it. But it's all the stuff that leads up to that. That you guys, I did a video about it. You saw all the work that goes into it. Blast and tumble and prep and etch, and then you can put it in a tank and bang, you get all the pretty colors. But if you don't do all the work that leads up to it, you don't get pretty colors. You get crap. And I tried skimping one time, just like, I can just blast this and then I can just throw it in, and nope, you don't get any of the colors you're looking for. If you miss a step in that process, or you don't do it long enough, you basically aren't going to get what you're looking for. So there's no skimping. It just takes that much time. I got knives I got to sharpen, guys, for... Yeah, here's the thing. I knew from the way the last auction performed that knife was not going to demand what I wanted. Mr. Nugent, DS Nugget there, had approached me and said he would just buy it outright, and that way there was no, only one guy fucking bid, and now I got to let it go for way less. So we just worked out a price that he's sending me, and I'm going to send that directly to Bob. I still have to send him the other 420 from the last auction. I just keep forgetting. All right, A-Ray, like I said, I got to get off of here, guys. Go find that auction for that Hornet, or that Viper, I mean. And I have a Hornet that I was going to open another spot for. I'm going to have to do something special with it, because I did say bye to A-Ray. I'll say bye to you too, Vinny. Bye, Vinny. I'm leaving. Later, Jonah. So basically what I'm saying is I've got one that I don't think I can sell outright. I think I'm going to have to do something special on. So that might happen sometime soon. So later. Looking forward to the Kaiser reminds. Yeah, Eric, I've got it. Pretty sure I got it boxed up. If not, I'll get it boxed up this morning and send it out today. It's sharp now. It's done. It's fucking gorgeous. You will have to, from time to time, wipe it down with Windex, because that's a blasted finish. It does take... It gets kind of dull. The gold gets kind of dull. And there's just some inconsistencies in the titanium where I tried and tried and tried, but there's still just going to be... Vinny's just a little girl. Vinny's a little girl. So he's all upset. He's butthurt because the EPA gave him a ticket. So let's all give Vinny a hug. Can we give Vinny a hug? Or maybe we could just tell Vinny to fucking suck it up, Buttercup. Fucking life sucks. Buy a fucking helmet. Wait till you start your own business and you find out how bad things suck. Like a week like this where you don't get shit in and you're trying to fucking scramble and find a way to make money. Driving Lyft and fucking doing fucking favors and shit like that. One package coming today. And you know what that is? That's a knife that's coming back from Florida. So I put this thing's out. There's 4 knives coming back from Florida. So, all right, guys. Battery's almost dead. Got to run. Talk to you later.